Looks like American Counter Reps here, dude. I think you're always the first one. Like almost always, it seems, which is pretty impressive. I appreciate you. How we doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm doing all right. Finished Cormac McCarthy's The Road today. The Road. Could you refresh my memory? I know I've heard of it, and I'm kind of blanking out at the moment. Is that the one they made a movie of with, fuck is his name? Viggo Mortensen? Is it that Road? What's the plot about in that story? Yes, it's a post-apocalyptic story about a father and son. Saw the movie like a decade ago. Finally read the book. Yeah, that movie was hard to watch. I mean, it was really, really well done. I'm a huge fan of Viggo Mortensen. Pretty much everything he does, it's going to be good. There's one movie that he's in that's kind of goofy, but like some hippie family, and whatever. But oh man, yeah. I mean, the whole like, I don't know, this sort of like post-apocalyptic anxiety that like society is going through. It's rough, man. I mean, it's just a really rough something in the air. And the film is just amazingly done. The palette, the color palette, is quite amazing. The kid that plays the son does an extraordinary performance. There's a scene in the movie where the father is washing the son's hair in a creek, and the creek water is really cold, and the boy starts crying. And they didn't script that. He just kind of started doing it, and I guess it was just like a stroke of genius, like some acting genius kind of. And it was just like, of course, they kept it in the movie. It's a very, very touching moment, and I don't know. I mean, every father has that kind of like, what would I do for my child in these kind of situations? Very harrowing. I have to be honest, I think the same thing myself. Not fun to think about, not at all. While I'm drawing a scene of a long-nosed man handing a baby to this Malachian god over here. It's pretty rough. Ironically, right? So yeah, I'm a little fatigued. I've been through a lot in the last couple of days. I'm Today was a rough day. I had found out that I have like a $2,000 car bill all of a sudden. Yay. And so I'm in a world of pain right now with this, like, shit situation. Oh, aren't you rich? Oh, aren't you? Oh, you're not rich. Oh, well, that's no problem for me. Anyway, there you go. It's actually kind of uncomfortable to draw stuff like this. Ethnat Atheist checking in. Hello, hello. You guys are the early ones, so thanks for joining. This, I'd have to get the whole context of the story. So, like, there's this, the thing that triggered MAGA Man to turn into Dark MAGA, MAGA Man, I'm sorry, Militia Man, is the death of his pregnant wife. And so one could interpret that as a sacrifice of his child. That killing his child was something related to like an offering to Moloch or something. And so this is part of why he fucking loses his mind. 2K is a bummer. Allow a day or two for grieving. No shit. Keep moving forward. You'll get past it. Sorry to hear it. The one thing I'm sort of so far not doing is making like a big whoop about it and kind of like, being like, um, it's serious. There's things that you guys that I can't really talk about related to this that makes it way, way, way more complicated and really bad, like much worse than just a $2,000 bill that I have to figure out. However, I'm just not gonna freak out. That's all. I just decided not to. Um, I'm not in a good mood. I'm not like, hey guys, we got get cubed. Sorry, I thought it said get clubbed. Like clubbed you right over the head. Hey, Get Clubbed, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. I think you're new. So I'm going to give you a little show of some pages, and that way you can get a little taste for the story. I like to do that when I get a new follower, a new visitor, a new subscriber. This is, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this too. Like, share your thoughts. Oh my God, I just remember I didn't finish this page. So, wow, look at that. I gotta draw all those windows. Fun times. No, it's cool. This is the scene where the main character's wife finds her murdered, and then he transforms like this, and that's very terrible. This is earlier in the story where he's meeting her incognito because people think that he's dead, and he has to warn her about what's coming. Unfortunately for her and their child, doesn't work out. And then there's this other team that are facetiously called Fash Force. They're basically just people who left MAGA Force. And I have like a breastfeeding scene in this comic book. Is that like okay? Can you do that? I'm not sure you can do that. You can have all kinds of violence, like unbridled violence, but can you show breastfeeding? You know, the reason why I'm putting stuff like that in here, excuse me, is because there's a theme or kind of a theme of motherhood that appears in the story, and I'm sort of trying to it's kind of not portray, but to give women to see a female hero that's a mother. You know what I'm saying? That like in that like motherhood is not like a handicap, and that women can, you know, I don't know, whatever. You kind of fill in the blanks or something. I think it's like a positive thing that I'm going after here. The way it is in the film industry, it's always like, girl boss, I'm a bitch. Get out of my way, boys. Fuck the patriarchy. Like that's like all that kind of shit. And I hate it. I hate it. Like I think everybody hates it, but nobody. I don't know. You kind of the people who make movies don't care. Like they're not gonna. They don't care that you hate it or not. Let me. You know what? I should put like a black background in there. That's a good idea. Oh, so many good idea. What do we got here? Motherhood and fatherhood are heroism in their purest form. Because to every child, their parents are heroes. That's so beautifully said. Wow. Wow. Gosh, you just got like 500 points right there, bro. Good work. Good work. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you just don't see it. It's like, you know, pregnant moms or whatever in film and TV are essentially like, I don't know, that I'm just trying to do something different. I think that there's something to say for it. So I know what I mean. I'm not expressing myself very well, but at least I know what I mean. Did you ever meet somebody who's like, I don't know, they do something and like only they understand? It's kind of a criticism of art, is like when artists make art that only they understand, and to everyone else it's completely inscrutable. And I feel like, you know what, you failed as an artist because you're not communicating. The intention of the work, the meaning of the work is so buried in obscurity and postmodernism that the work fails to touch anyone or mean anything outside of your narcissistic little mind. And so I used to criticize people a lot for that. Like when I went back to school to be an art teacher, I really took a giant shit on postmodernism, which of course the institution of the colleges is like, oh, this is real art and everything else is plebeian. It's the patriarchy. They're sort of like faux bourgeois attitudes about art. Faux bourgeois. Man, I just sounded really swanky when I said that. Swanky Donald. Swanky. Let me get my beret on. Hold on a second. Swanky Donald. Coming to an art opening near you. Actually, I got a pretty funny story about this art opening I went to. But let's check the chat first. Hey, we got Scroger here. You just don't get it, bro. Esoteric hipsterism. Did you say that? Did you bring that to? I think you mentioned that before, didn't you? Somebody did. I like that. Esoteric hipsterism. Now, are you being facetious or is this like a real thing? And like, like how about right-wing hipsterism? That would be an interesting thing. I like the idea of like stealing everything from the left and like reclaiming anything and everything that we can, you know, from them. Because, like, you know, quite a lot you hear people that just sort of poo poo the arts, you know, they're like, oh, like, there's no right wing art, you know, there's no right wing art, there's no art. Like, art itself is a fucking leftist construct or something, you know, that that's fucked up, you know, that's so fucked up. That can't be allowed to stand. Anyway, moving on. Sorry. Terribly sorry. Yes. Moving on. I'm going to do the rest of the interview in this fake British accent. I hope you don't mind. But it makes me feel swanky. All right, let's check it out here. Reading child, let's read, mother, father. Ken. Welcome back, Luca. Good to see ya. No, I just said it, lol. Okay, esoteric hipsterism. There's like something there, you know. There's really there's something there, you know, and I feel like that would be a cool thing to think about or develop or something. Anyway, I was in the process of showing some pages to a new guy until you fucking interrupted me. Sorry, pardon my language. Hey, how we doing, Tux? How you feeling since you got back from the hospital? I hope you're feeling better. So anyway, just more pagey wages. Oh, I noticed there's all kinds of little areas that are not finished. I gotta go back and finish. Hello to Hippocratic Oath. Good to have you. Riddle me this, Batman. What have you got? Do you actually have a riddle? Good morning. Most of the well-known pioneers of music genres were more conservative. Interesting. You know what? If you YouTube the Beatles' White Power, there's a crazy video of like all these songs that the Beatles did that have like some sort of white identity kind of aspect to them. That's you know, like they would goof around a lot in the studio and just, you know, just sort of playful, I guess. And John Lennon is doing this one song and he keeps going, white power, you know. And I think they were having some kind of a conversation about like the problem with immigrants coming into the UK and how that was changing the demographics and you know the shit that we're all going through. And then he came up with this, and it's like a joke song. It's obviously not on one of their albums or whatever. It's one of their goof around songs, you know. Okay, let's read something. Most of them's riddle me this. Scroger, very true. Elvis meeting with Nixon comes to mind. Fascinating. We're all friends here. Yes, indeed. Yes, I did. I'm more than good now. Happy to hear it. Morning tea for Mr. Ken. Delicious. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to have a little water right now. I'm pretending it's tea. Lovely. So anyway, was going to tell a story. Oh, yeah. So, what was the situation? I had. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was going with the film director to a major, major art opening at this huge art museum. It's like a big time hoity-toity art museum in the city. And it's like the night when everybody gets to kind of, come in and act like they're hoity-toity and, you know, go to an art exhibit and all of this kind of stuff. Anyway, so me being me, I have to like make fun of the whole thing. I have to act just silly. Like I have to be super silly about it, and the stuff, the artwork that's good. I'm like, wow, this is really beautiful, and I would talk about it, and kind of share what I know about the art history and this and that from my friend, and he brought a friend of his as well. Um, but then there was just tons and tons of just pure garbage, and I would, I was just mocking it out. I was just openly mocking out, this postmodern garbage, and it was my friends were kind of like, dude, like you're gonna get kicked out, or you're gonna get somebody angry, like mocking out the artwork like this, because you know in effect I'm mocking out the people watching the art, and how they're pretending to be so cultured or whatever. um but I just, to me, it's a kind of it's uncontrollable. Like I have to mock it out. I can't, as an artist myself. I would say that I actually have the right to do that. That in some regard, I almost have a responsibility to do that. And I am the arbiter of art. I am the one who decides what is art because I'm an artist, not the fucking galleries, which are totally just Marxist bullshit. It's all Marxism, um, feminism. They're just like destroyers of Western civilization. And so yeah, I just kind of had my time just kind of mocking it, and my friends are laughing their asses off. They're like, we're having like a blast, just joking around this and that. So I don't know. I guess it was kind of a had to be there sort of thing, I suppose. But fun to do. Fun to do. All right. Scroger says Johnny Ramone was very inspirational towards not only defining punk riffs but also metal indie hardcore. I just saw. Okay, Ian Curtis, Joy Division voted Thatcher. Who's the singer for God Save the Queen? Fascist Nation. Johnny Rotten. So he's like super conservative now. Like it's crazy. Like it's wild. Like you can look up interviews of him and shit. It's pretty cool. Get Cube says, "What lies still when a liar is dead?" Oh, this is from the movie A Dead Man, I believe, is what it is. A dead man lies still when a lying dead man. That's actually from the movie. I'm really impressed. I'm very, very impressed with that, young man. Very cool. I'm Batman. Okay, so Roger Daltrey is a conservative, true. Johnny Rotten, yes, is even conservative. I forgot I was upset about something when, yeah, but why I forget, strange. Well, it's because you're watching my show, so don't be upset. Scroger could go on and on listing music artists, not lefty, and who were very prominent and influential. Riddle me this, Batman. What lies when I already answered it? They are locked up or something. Yes. So in Israel and that area, what's called the Levant, There, in kind of ancient times before Christ, in the Old Testament, there was a cult, a religion that sacrificed children to like a cow-headed god or an ox-headed god. And this cult still exists today, unfortunately. And so, if you were to read the graphic novel and see the continuity of the ideas and the suggestions that I'm making in it, that would make sense. But to just see this picture alone, it seems like, why are you drawing that? But it's related to the story. So, like, for example, all throughout the story, there's this symbol that the bad guys wear. Like, they have rings that have that symbol on it. The people who are like the cult members. Hold on, let's see if I can pull that up. Like these, the bad guys that MAGA Force fights. They have a similar symbol. There's a type of relationship between the symbols and things, and I'm tying together this ancient cult with the modern cult. So that answers that. It's very terrifying, yes. Now, Mr. Angry Kent is something that everyone's going to get scared and run off. Oh, I won't be. Luke Stirs here, Ian Stewart Brown, and Screwdriver. Is that so? Okay, interesting to know. Welcome, Luke Stir. Great to have you. Have you been here before, Luke Stir? I think you have. Xena of the famous band X is conservative and Reddit has canceled her like hundreds of others. That's so fucked up. I mean, that's so fucked up. I am on I'm on TikTok now. And I just kind of started and I'm sort of figuring it out and, learning my way around or whatever. It's a marketing tool. And I'm like, I already got like, you have been warned, if this continues, then we will just, turn off your account, blah, blah, blah. So they seem kind of, I don't know, because like I had heard that TikTok was like totally like Nazi heaven or something. Apparently not. And I'm not like posting swastikas or anything like that. But I don't know. They didn't. And check it out, like that image of the wife that was murdered. I posted that image on there, and they said that this is against our community standards, like it for like violent behavior or some kind of shit like that. And I was like, wow. I mean, it is a graphic image. It is a graphic image. So like, okay, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Anyway, let's move on. A little bit of chatty Rooney. Have you heard about an owl statue? Yes. You mean like the one at what's that park in California that all the elite like to go to? Grove, something Grove. What's the name of that damn place? Where is a Hippocratic oath when you need them? Something Grove, help me out here. Anyway, they've got a giant owl statue there. Tlaloc is the Aztec god of rain. Oh wait, I missed something. The image is both it's disturbing and in context to what we know hilarious. Well, okay. Wait, is that a cow? Well, the head of the god is like an ox or a male cow, I guess. Bohemian Grove. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy cow! Oh, you funny. You're so funny. You make funny joke. I was gonna say like China Grove, but that's the Doobie Brothers, so we couldn't do. Sorry, this is like such a dad joke. I can't believe I just. As you might have noticed, there is no music tonight. And there's a reason for that. My poor computer. It's very weird when you, if you don't, like it was unplugged, but on. And so like it sort of ran out of battery. And when that happens, it goes into this weird like panic mode where it's like it just locks up basically. And you gotta, plug it in to recharge it for like 24 fucking hours or something. And it's just, I don't know, it's annoying as shit. So that's what's happening right now. Anyway. Oh, okay, we got a lot. I get notification every day. I'm just reading. I mean, in the meme sense. Oh yeah, yeah, you're correct. Shlomo. Yeah. There's an entire horror movie about demons and things, and it has the owl statue in it. Well, I mean, I'm not sure which movie you're referring to. Is it there's the one oh okay, The Exorcist. At the end of The Exorcist, there's a really freaking scary scene where I don't know. There's like a light in this bedroom where the girl is. This girl's possessed by a demon, and then I don't know, like the priest or whoever like opens the door, and behind it is a statue of, I guess it's like is it I can see the exact statue in my head, and I think it's either Baal or Moloch, which might be the same. I'm pretty sure that's the same. But anyway, the way that it's filmed is really well done. So pretty disturbing. So moving right along here. Um, YouTube hasn't been notifying me when you go live. That's weird. You are subscribed though, correct? Because like if you are, there is like a notification button, I guess, that you're supposed to click. Is that it? Yeah. There's like what's it called? It's like a bell. There's a little bell, you know, that you can click, and then it'll notify you. I try to say in the chat, like in our group, hey, I'm going live. That way it's like a little heads up. Okay, Nixon was right about a lot of things. Yes, yes. Indeed, I get notice. Robert Piles here. Do you remember the name of it? Would you like to watch it sometime if you can remember the name? I always got notifications, but they completely stopped. That is weird. The Moloch statue looks like it should be a metal rock album cover. Woo woo! I hacked your ID, Spider Cat. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my god. The movie that I'm talking about is kind of has like a talk show type deal. I'm pretty sure it takes place in the 1990s. Yeah, it's been set up, notify, and still sub. Okay, take place in the 90s. Okay. All right. Yeah, just a little fatigued tonight, guys. I don't know. It's not my usual sunshiny self. I'm okay. I'm just like, you know, it seems like I'm sleepy a lot. But again, at the same time, it's the end of the day. You know what I mean? Oh, a quick notification. The Friday night Zog review show. So I spoke to my man Dillard about that. I think I mentioned that, pardon me, on his job, he's in a situation where somebody left and then he's got to kind of make up for whatever that guy does. And so he's pulling in 12-hour days every day. And then he comes home and he's just horribly burned out or whatever. So that appears to be the situation. And he's kind of like, give me some time to get this thing under control, and then we'll get cooking again. Okay. There you go, and you know. Crazy times. The 90s. I was watching, I found this channel on Instagram that's like, oh, I don't know what to call it. It's sort of like, it's a channel that finds like really bad VHS movies and shows from like the 90s. It's pretty funny, you know. And it's god awful. I mean, it's unbelievable how, like, what passed for entertainment and education back in those days. Like, it's as if, like, they were like, oh, look at this awesome VHS technology, you know, let's just go nuts with it, you know. And it's just So anyway, there were some clips of like '90s movies and things on there, and I was sort of like, this is really just kind of like the '80s rehashed in a way. Like, people have like different haircuts. There's, the whole liberalism thing started creeping its way in. Um, but the general tone of it, the movie is called Late Night with the Devil. I definitely don't know that movie. Sorry. It's all right. What's going on? Okay. Tox is dancing. Just got some dancing emojis. Let's see. Okay, Scroger says, I'm not sure if he wants much exposure, but if you don't know, I'd figure I'd pass on the YouTube channel to your called Southern Nordic. Solid stuff. I've heard that before. Southern Nordic, I've heard that before. I imagine it's kind of like pretty explicitly white nationalist kind of stuff, I guess. Um, I feel like I know that name. This is like there's only so much time in the day for watching videos and stuff. What's his name? Gypsy Crusader is he just made a new Instagram, and there's a special website that he does his show on. I didn't even know about that, so I went and like made an account at the site. I forget the name of it, but it's pretty wild. We got a lot of stuff in our culture, a lot of stuff going on. I'm the only kiddo in this channel. Yeah, like I said, this is for adults. They're spreading the truth of community. Okay. Does he still stream? I used to follow him. Stream. He does something. Da, da, da. So I have a friend who's like a truther, if you will, and he kind of gives me a lot of the advice on certain types of supplements and things that are like anti-cancer and the various things of this nature. So like he's like my go-to guy for that. I think all these platforms suck. Um, yeah, I think the people who run the platforms suck. Um, I'm like so burned out with like media though. I mean, I feel I'm getting into that kind of like headspace of like this shit's just surreal. It's just surreal at this point. Um, the dopamine hits are wearing off or something, I guess. And you just kind of see the same shit, reiterated in so many different ways. Yeah, he had trouble uploading stuff for other. It's also tiresome, big time. I think on this one. Yeah, I'm living it, man, for sure. I've made headway though with my community development project. Um, I'm kind of sort of feeling like I should probably not talk about it though, just because of saboteurs, like I don't know who might be out there that, might be listening in such a way as to be like, okay, how can we fuck this up? So I've made enough headway in it that it's getting very close to actually deploying it. So, but I do need to set up some things and test some things about it as well. So, I'm happy to say that at least it's coming together finally. And here's the other thing though, is that I'm gonna have to use my real name when I do that because it's gonna be like it'll be like a legit business organization. And if I'm working with real people in real places in real time, then I I have to use my real name, you know. So that'll be interesting. See how that goes. But I am feeling pretty confident about it, which is nice. I've been chatting a lot with Cultured Thug, so that's nice. It's nice that kind of developing our friendship. Do you think you're ready for that kind of attention? Dude, that's a tough question. So here's the thing: it wouldn't be Donald Kent doing it, and those people would not know who Donald Kent is. Do you see? It would be, you know, normie normie guy, you know, with like a teaching background, who is, you know, a concerned citizen, and you know, created this project, and I'm sending it out as like a kind of proposal, you know, to various organizations or peoples or what have you, and then, you know, they're either on board or they're not. You know, it's either gonna fly or it's not. You know, there's a variety of things. So like, you know, if it all goes as planned, you know, then it should just be a successful venture. You know, and go nicely and go well. You know, if somehow somewhere along the line somebody's like, oh, let's do it. You know, a deep search on this guy and see, you know, what his background is or something. They're probably gonna find out. It's like not that hard to find out, like what I do, you know. My feeling is that so long as, how do I put this? So long as, I mean, we're, we're not doing anything illegal, for God's sake, you know. It's not like that. But I suppose I do see the whole angle of it where, like, oh, I can't be associated with you because you have this thing or you do that thing. You know, so like somebody could go out of their way to fuck it up by going, oh, you know, don't you know that you're working with a Nazi or something, you know, that kind of shit. But at the same time, my idea is to kind of get embedded so deeply that they'll be like, fuck off, you know, like we know him and he's a good guy, and you're just a woke lunatic asshole, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, if you actually saw my resume, I have years and years of work with minorities, and I've done so much for these minority communities as a teacher that it's like, well, what the fuck have you done? You know, what have you done for minorities? Nothing, you know, compared to me. So I don't know. I feel like I'm ready to go and do, you know, whatever needs to be done. Like if I had to kind of like stand up for myself and have it out or whatever, I'd do that, you know. You can't live life in fear. You can't be, I mean, that's how they win, is that they get you to stop. Like, oh, well, if we, you know, we call you bad names and we're gonna scare you, ooh, you know, and then you kind of have to have like no apologies. That's got to be your standard. That's why, like, more and more and more in my normie life, I do and say very, very political things that demonstrate how I really feel. Like, I don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've had family members come to me and be like, you know, you know, people say you're racist. And I'm like, me? You know, you know, and I da 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 da, da, and I kind of walk my way through those things. It's fairly easy to kind of get around that. The problem is that who's listening? You know, there's people that they'll just write you off and that's it. Like they'll dehumanize you they won't give you a chance to explain yourself or anything, and as such, you're just in, I don't know, you're othered, you become the other, you become, you know what it is. So, I'm not gonna live in fear. That's all I gotta say. As far as the actual like organizational skills and stuff, I'm totally fine with that. I actually did apply for a government position not long ago. Well, it was probably like in the fall or late summer or something. There was again, I'm not going to go into details, but there was a certain position related to my job and this and that. And the people who were trying to get me into that position, they already know me. Like they decided like, oh, we want you to apply for this job. You'd be great at it, and blah blah blah. And it's a type of a managerial. It's a higher end position. So as when you teach teachers, you would be amazed at how much fucking organization skills it takes to be a teacher. It's pretty fucking exhausting. But anyway, that does give me the background, that I could use in this type of position. Are you planning on interviewing your college professor doppelganger that you met at work? Interviewing on this show, yes, eventually, but we're still new to each other. I have to feel it out more. I did tell him like I am far right. I am as far right as you can get. So like I'm not hiding that. I'm just putting that right out in front. You know what I mean? And he didn't have any problem with that at all. He wasn't like didn't he didn't bristle. He was just like, oh, okay, okay, and then he wasn't even really. I don't know how to describe it. He's like a philosophy nerd. He's like a guy that's like super excited about ideas, which is wicked. I think is kick ass. I love that. He's got like a good heart. He's very pure, pure of intention, pure of mind, and those are also really beautiful attributes as a person. I think he's probably naive though about the way people. I don't know. I don't know him yet. I can't judge him. I don't know him that well. I did run into him at work today, and he's just been like, sorry I haven't gotten back to you. I'll get back to you soon. Da, da, so it should be interesting because he's really not part of our sphere. You know what I mean? Excuse me. As such, it'll be a very fresh voice, and I can interview him in such a way as to be like, here's an objective study on like what's going on in the university systems right now because here's a guy that just left it because he's like a straight white man, that's not Marxist, and he can give us like the lowdown on what's going on in that sphere. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to have a new friend. This is kind of a thing I've been trying to do recently is meet new people. Let's reading. Doppelganger. If you live in fear, that's not good. I used to sort of be known in our circles. My old channel, I started using other names accounts to avoid docs. So here I am, basically an anon after doing Red Pill Vids collabs, hosting servers. Interesting. Good. I mean, good that you know did work in this field and contributed to the culture. That's good. I lay low. Okay, cool. Then he talked to us about Nietzsche, Heraclitus, and Carl Schmitt. He's pretty knowledgeable about Nietzsche. So he like when he brought up Nietzsche, I was like, oh shit, like that's the man, like that's the guy. That's he's he's the guy, for the the modern times, something. And he was like, yeah, right on. So, if he's a Nietzsche fan, then like that's a pretty good sign, I'd say. Cool. Okay, I read that. So the doxing thing, it has different effects on different people. You know, uh, excuse me. Like, there's no way that it would affect my career because of, like, nobody knows how important I am at my job, and there's just nothing that's gonna stop them. I'd have to be like a freaking, you know, like an axe murderer or something for them to fire me. There's yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I'm not worried about that. And then, like I said, in my family, in my real life, or whatever, I try to already let them know like where I am and how I think. So that way it's not like any kind of a surprise, if you know what I mean. If they were to, I don't know, get, and I mean the way it is the way it is. Like, there's some people that their minds are just totally fucking closed off, and there's no way that you can get through to them. They won't give you a chance to explain yourself or any of this shit. You know what I mean? They're fucked. They're retards. And that's it. Like, so you got to let go of that. You can't be, you know, sort of the mindset that like, oh, all I need to do is explain myself, and I just have to show them Europa: The Last Battle, and they'll get me. I mean, I've had family members literally say to me that they want America to become like a nation of just mongrelized, foreigners. Like, and that makes me like violently angry to hear shit like that. I'm really like, you you're a fucking traitor, like that really makes me angry and sick. But you just like, whatever their reasons are, there's no changing them. That's who they are, you know. And I kind of made a decision, like, I'm gonna be who I am. I'm not gonna cuck. I'm not gonna, whatever, be fucking sheep, piece of shit like you people. What else have we got in the chat? Anything? Do you think you're ready? Oh, I'll dox you, I do have a social media where I post photos of myself, and that does exist. It's a private account, so like, whoever, if somebody wants to join it or something, then to kind of look at that person and see, is this person one of our guys? What's your affiliation? Because I will get, I do get invitations, or I don't know what, like requests to join by people that are definitely nefarious, that are definitely bad actors. You know what I'm saying? They might be POCs, or just like leftists in general, and they'd be like, "Hey, I'm your friend. Oh, I noticed your comment in that thread about immigration, and now I want to be your friend." And these are like the real psychopaths, the real stalkers. I had one guy on a recent post, like, what was the thing? I made a comment, and then all these like lefties came out and attacked me, and one of the guys in the comments said, "Oh, sure," he's something like, "Oh, a private account that figures," or like, "What a coward," because I have a private account. So like he was trying to go to my account and like see, my personal details, and I'm like, I just called him a stalker, basically. But there's a lot of evil people out there, guys. I mean, they're definitely out there. Very evil people. That yeah. Cool. You talked to us about news. I lost my Facebook account. They're still out there, but they want my ID to recover them, so inactive. I tried making a new one, and I used like a fake photo. And then at some point it was like, oh, we need to confirm that this is you. So, now we're gonna like take a video of your face, and now turn your face side to side. It's basically biometrics. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, Facebook, fuck you. Oh, we need to take a video of your face? Jesus fucking Christ, it's like totally 1984. Oh, turn side to side. What am I in a am I in like a police station? I gotta hold up a number in front of me? Fuck you, This shit drives me out of my mind. I just can't stand this idea of like, just comply. Don't question, just do what we tell you, you fucking slave. Fuck you. Honestly, fuck all of those people. So, I like held up a photo and tried to move it like side to side or something, and Facebook wasn't buying it, so that was the end of that. I'm basically banned from Facebook, which is a problem, because like if I do get this community thingy going, like all those people are normies, they all have Facebook. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, "Oh yeah, check. I'll see you on Facebook," and I'll be like, I'm banned on Facebook. What? How the fuck do you get banned on Facebook? Well, there's this little thing called freedom of speech. ID. Most old friends have generally written me off, outright canceled me. I've been shadow banned on Instagram. Social media and I don't mix. They won't let me make a new one. They won't even send a confirmation email. I think they know me. Yeah, they know your IP. It's an IP address issue. If you get another computer or you use a different phone or something, you can probably maybe try. So Facebook to me is just all about marketing. It's just a good marketing tool. So I would like to get on there, but not under the current Jewish regime. Oh my God, did you guys see Alex Jones recently? Holy fucking shit. Now, for starters, okay, I don't know the guy's name. Hippocratic Oath would know. Alex Jones has a young guy that has been on his show for a long time. He's got a beard, And he's like, it's really weird because like he can't grow a proper mustache, but he always has this big, ugly beard. But anyway, he's just like this outspoken young dude. And this guy had Nick Fuentes on the show, apparently, like today or something. And sure enough, they're going down the JQ thing. Alex Jones walks on the set in the middle of it and is like, stop, stop, stop. Um, Israel just called and stop talking about this. And like, this is an order. I'm ordering you both right now. Israel just called and you're going to stop talking about this right now. And I mean, I was like, is this a joke? Is this some kind of like a marketing gag or something, and I could be wrong. I mean, see if you guys can find it. It's probably going to be going viral like very soon, if not already. And it just you cannot get more openly like zogged out. You can't get more openly shaboskoy. It's fucking pathetic. What that is the biggest L of them all. To see how what's his name, Alex Jones, in the end succumbed to the very enemies that he was trying to call out. And there's only one thing. They must be threatening to kill his family. I mean, I can't see any other. I mean, for a guy that spent his whole life to become Alex Jones, but then defend Israel, what else could there be? What else? I think his ex-wife is Jewish, which is a thing, obviously. So it's damn, like damn, dude. Wow, so obvious, so fucking obvious. That was crazy. Nick Fuentes was just like, yep, I told you so, like kind of like that, Gonna have to zoom out a little bit, I think. Social engineering through social media platforms, which becomes the norm. Correct. I just want to send stupid dog pictures to my grandma. I know, geez. What's the problem with that? So social media. They won't even let me make a new one. I just wanted. Robert says it's not really that hard to get banned or timed out. It even happens to normies. So when I was on Facebook, I accumulated and I counted it over 3 years of 1 month Facebook jail bans. So, over 3 years, because they can give you like a 1 hour ban timeout. They can do it for a week. But for me, it became a month. Like they would be like, okay, you're banned for a whole fucking month. You have to wait a month, And back in those days, I didn't really do any other social media. So, I mean, the very first time that happened, I fucking flipped out. I'll be honest, I flipped the fuck out. I was like, and it demonstrated to me how important, like the power that social media had over me, which is clearly a negative thing. That's not what you want. You don't want to be acting like a 5-year-old child when he has his binky taken away from him. So that was sobering. Obviously, you put more time into other things. But as soon as I got back on, I just got right back into the shitlording. 3 years, dude. That's a lot of months. Somebody get a calculator. 3 times 24. No. Sorry, 3 times 12. There's 12 months. 3 times 12. What's that? How many days? It's 24. Okay. And math. Math is not my strong point. Do you know any artists that are good at math? I defy you to show me one. Defy you? The good Lord just didn't make it that way. He was like, look, you got all this good stuff here, but I'm just going to have to take away this other little thing called math. Moving on. Hypocritic of Owen is being groomed by Alex. Owen Benjamin? Oh, no, the young Owen guy. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Because, I mean, he's already... Unless they threaten to kill his family, of course. But that's, remains to be seen. In the end, that's what it is. We're living under terrorism. Under any other name, this is fucking terrorism, okay? Let's say, I don't know, let's say a Muslim was like, oh, we're going to kill you if you say something bad about Islam in the news. That would be fucking national news. And that person would be arrested, deported, whatever. Jews do it like fucking nothing, like every day, all day. Like it's just like par for the fucking course. When are we gonna stop tolerating this? I don't know. You think I'm exaggerating when I say we're living under Jewish terrorism? I'm fucking not. Especially if you understand who controls things like. I don't know, there's a name for this. It's those lasers that shoot, the satellites that shoot lasers, like the event in like Maui in California. Of course, vaccines, you know, even to some extent, you could say stuff like the hip hop industry. That's, to me, a kind of it's a weapon, it weaponizes blacks to become murderers, which obviously is shit for their community. That's not good for them. And of course, we're the fuckers that are getting half of that as well, or more. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just like, we're not living in the fucking time when people dig trenches and shoot, muskets at each other. Like, that's gone, Those days are gone. Anyway, so I don't know. I think this is as much as I really want to work on this for now. It's a horrible image. It's a very terrible image. It's not pleasant, This is a terrible image. So let's try another page that feels better. It's weird how, like, just, like, I can draw shit and it'll, like, upset me, like, I'm like, oh, this image is upsetting, Okay, what do we got? Posting videos. Alex wife visit you. Yes, okay. X red pills say yen. Wow, let it post the link. Okay. So quick point for you is that I can't, when this show's over, there's the chat disappears. Like, I have no idea where the chat is. Maybe it's somewhere, but I can't seem to find it. So if you want to share anything with me, put the link in the comments section, okay? And then I'm golden, okay? Alex has also stated that his father and others in his family were working with CIA. Well, golly! I think AJ's family worked with NSA, CIA, NSA, FBI. They're all feds. I watched it, definitely a skit. Oh, it's a skit? It was a skit? Really? 36. What does that mean, 36? I don't know where we got 36. Owen Schroyer, yes. I got banned for a week one time for sharing one of our memes. It was an anti-war meme when the whole Ukraine-Russia, yes. HARP, oh yeah, weaponized weather for sure. Right on, we'll do Project Bluebeam, yeah, nothing new. Okay, 36. Wow, 36 months. 36 fucking months, damn. It's all good old and long time ago. I'm not sure if you were serious about that math problem. Well, I am bad at math, so sadly I'm serious about that. Plus, I'm concentrating on drawing and talking at the same time. So I need to get a different tool, which is across the room. I shall return. Oh, oh, I hate working on Saturdays. It sucks. Let me have my Saturdays. Meaning, I can't. I'm probably gonna. Well, I got about a half hour. If I can squeeze that out of myself, I'm pretty tired right now. Well, it's good conversation. Are you still meeting JD at the club tomorrow? JD, John Della Rose? Who's JD? I'm not hip like you, bro. Who's JD? And then I'll answer your question. JD Vance. Oh, that was good, dude. Yeah, you saw the video I posted. Oh, you're funny. Oh, that's funny. Because JD is John Della Rose in my world. Yeah, as you would probably know. Oh, that's super funny, dude. Those freaking videos just keep on coming, man. They're so weird. They're so psychotic. It's so funny. Um, I wonder if JD Vance is even aware of them. Like, those guys in politics, they seem to live in a bubble. I don't know, that's my impression. Like, they just don't, I don't know, like, they're not hip at all. They're like super square. More tool I'm missing. I don't like that happening in the middle of the show, because then I gotta hunt for the fucking thing. And I can't find the damn thing. Shit. Oh well, I'll have to. I'll just live without it for now. JD Vance, that's funny, dude. That's some funny shit. I was actually invited to a stag party tomorrow night. Um, I've only been to one stag in my life. Ooh, that's very bleedy. Um, I'm not really like a stag party kind of guy, but these are really, really good friends, and they're begging me to come. So I might do that. It's a little expensive though. I don't know. Tomorrow I'll decide what I want to do when the time comes. Oh, god damn it. Fucking working on me. It's the paper's fault. It's all right. See, when shit like that happens, then you gotta. All right. You have to do some surgery on the paper later and fix it up. Okay. All right. I'm not sure. Yours is we already okay. This should be kind of a fun page. This is the page where this character, her name's Jordmore, which is Danish for Earth Mother. She learns that they killed Sheepdog earlier in the story, and when she finds out, she loses her shit and like blasts these two real bad. So it's a thing. So my letterer guy is done, and I should be getting that up on Substack, which is good. I'm excited to finally get that launched. Yeah. And I'll also post the comic that I have. That's Dave Martell's story. It's kind of like a bonus, basically. So I'll put that up for people. What I'm trying to do now is get all of my social media to point to my Substack. Now I do have most of my social media pointing to my website because that's where my book is. You can, it's like a direct link to Amazon for my book. So, but yeah, just trying to figure out how to be more professional about what I'm doing. See if I can make some progress and make some money. And frankly, that's what it's all about, is to monetize this. I have to do it. Okay, so Scroger says, ah, yes, there's nothing like rehashing red pill stuff in an echo chamber on Jew platform. Right. I see that's kind of the problem with Substack is that like the harder you post, like the more radical your post is, the more likes and views and comments you get. And everybody's out there just like ferociously feasting on like, white identity memes and shit. Granted, there's really great articles, like holy shit, like amazing articles, just wonderful, mind bending. I'm learning a lot, from all these great content developers that write these fabulous articles. But it's kind of it's like Twitter unfiltered, I guess. I mean, I'm new to Substack, so I don't know, you know, like I don't know where the lines are drawn yet. You can post a picture of Hitler with swastikas all around him, and you don't get a peep. Like I won't get any like Substack doesn't message me saying we took that down because they don't do that. Nobody's done that, and so I'm like, okay, what's going on here? It's weird. Why is it like we're real free speech, like real actual free speech? I can't believe there's actually a space other than say Telegram where you can do that. So yeah. Look, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just burned out, so I don't think I'm gonna make it. Any questions or comments before I wrap it up? Wrap it up. Oh God, so many memories. Excuse me. Patrick Berge said the government pays a lot to keep everyone in silos. What's his name? Brendan O'Connell drops the name Patrick Berge all the time, but I'm blanking out at the moment. I'm like, I know who that is. I'll have to go back and get a picture of him. I have a picture in my mind. Is he a bad actor? Is he a good guy? What? Refresh my memory a bit. Gab was okay for a while, but I got tired of battling Zyocons all the time. No shit. I always wanted to like Gab. I always tried to get into it, but I just it the layout it functions a lot like Facebook, and excuse me, it just never got any traction with me. I don't know what the problem was. It just never got traction. He is from IIA operations and even confronted Alex Jones on his show. I think I know who we're talking about now. But he is a deep state operative, though. Am I right? Patrick Berge is a burnt out old guy. Oh no, wait a minute. He's got like his own news show. Is he ex CIA or something? I'm trying to. Damn it! My fucking laptop is still in the shits right now, and so I gotta wait till tomorrow. Burnout good. Oh, he's a good guy. Okay, he just wants to smoke pot, do his show, and avoid talking about the Jews. Well, it sounds like a loser to me. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, um, uh, that reminds me of something, though. Actually, that since you brought that up, he is ex IIA. I don't know what IIA is, so that's. You mean CIA? Is that what you're trying to say? His ex boss is also friends with Alex Jones' boss. They're all in bed together. You know what I mean? But the thing I was about to say, had a little meeting with some of our guys not long ago, a little clandestine meeting, and the kind of leader of the group was explaining to me basically how the feds arrest people. They can't they don't arrest us for being like white advocates. They'll like drop a little weed in your car, or put some you know porn on your computer, and then we caught him. Here, yeah, here we got him. Okay, and then they'll haul you away. So that's pretty fucking scary. That's again living in terrorism right there. They arrest us for tax evasion or some shit. Jesus fucking Christ. It's just the system, man. I mean, the system is just slavery, literally. And these people are the prison wardens, the prison guards. Anyway, IIA. Sorry, I never heard of it. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I don't know what that is. Seems weird to me. Can you? It's just another government defense subcontractor. Okay, whatever. Whatever. But it's easier for me to just talk instead of like drawing and talking. But interactive internet activities. Silly name. Should have been called the cool old dudes that smoke pot and don't talk about Jews. There you go. That's a name. See, now that's a name. I did share a video on our group about that Jewish woman. That this was a gem, an absolute gem. I've never ever seen a Jewish person that I don't know what to call this, but like she was just basically saying like Israel creates anti-Semitism. Israel puts Jews of the world in danger because of its criminal activities. And somebody replied about like, oh, she's not your friend, and I'm like, I'm not. Like, I don't need to be told that. But I just found it like extremely refreshing to see like a Jew who is anti-Zionist and who totally gets most of what we talk about all the time. The only thing she was wrong on was the Holocaust. But I mean, I know even Jews are like brainwashed to believe in that. And she's saying Israel is far, far worse than Hitler and stuff like that, according to like that myth of Hitler. I don't know. It's worth a look if you guys can see that interview. It's pretty. I felt it was pretty shocking. I sent it out to a lot of people, just to say like, wow, check this out. This is pretty impressive. Anyway, well, I guess on that positive note, I will say good evening to you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay. I don't know who Bobby Fischer is, but on that note, have a good one.